everyone, this is ChakaWhat here, and today I'm going to be presenting to you my top 10 recurring Elder Scrolls characters. This list was suggested to me by Warner War Official YouTube. I'm excluding Daedra from this list because that would be too obvious and you all would know who my top 3 choices would be. Up at number 10 I have chosen Bighead, Morrowind, and the Shivering Isles. He is a firm worshipper of Sheogorath who has found his calling within silverware. The Mad God has taken a peculiar interest in the Argonian and has made Bighead the keeper of the Fork of Horripilation. He's met the Nerevarine, assisting them in their quest for Sheogorath, as well as meeting the hero of ChakaWhat. With the charm that he has kept about him in the Shivering Isles, he has also been able to speak freely and understand the Crazed Bosmer Bullwing. 9. Neloth, Morrowind, and Dragonborn. He is an incredibly old sorcerer and arguably the best mage in Tamriel. Indifferent to those around him, he is a Telvanni counselor who is slightly off his rocker. He has met the Nerevarine and the Dragonborn, proving his intelligence and prowess to both. He was able to survive the massacre of Telvanni counselors commissioned by Mistress Tharana, and left his comfortable home in Tel Naga, Vardenfell, to grow the fortress of Tel Mithryn in the ashlands of Solstheim. And with his research and interest in Azure Nightwielder, he has proved to be quite the character. 8. Mannimarco, Daggerfall, Oblivion, and Elder Scrolls Online. The King of Worms has encountered the Agent, the Hero of ChakaWhat, and the Vestige, though the circumstances between the 3 heroes is incredibly different. While in service to Molag Bal, Mannimarco attempted to sacrifice the Vestige to perform a ritual, later meeting them in Cold Harbor where he was eventually able to escape. Mannimarco also participated in the race for the Totem of Tiber Septim, bribing and collecting influence from the shadows while also trying to charm the Agent into giving it to him. In one of the timelines of the Warp of the West, he was successful. Before sacrificing himself, the Archmage of the Arcane University, Hannibal Traven, sent the hero of ChakaWhat to kill him once and for all. 7. Ma'ik the Liar, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, and Elder Scrolls Online. He is a humorous and well-learned Khajiit who wanders around Tamriel. He is known for offering travelers advice along the way. He informed the Nerevarine of Boethiah's sunken shrine, proved himself as a valuable source of rumors and wit to the hero of ChakaWhat and the Dragonborn, and also met the Vestige across the different regions. 6. Lucien Lachance, Oblivion, and Skyrim. The talented Imperial assassin and speaker for the Black Hand was at his peak during the Oblivion crisis. He was the head of the Shadenhall Sanctuary along with his trusted friend Achieva, and also brought the hero of ChakaWhat into the family. However, with the event of a betrayal within the Brotherhood, Lucien was suspected of treachery and murdered in the Applewatch farm. Recognizing his undying loyalty and love, the Night Mother permitted Lucien to walk Tamriel once again. With the Dragonborn advancing the ranks within Skyrim's Dark Brotherhood, they were granted a way to summon Lucien as a spectral assassin. He served loyally, acting as a guardian and an advisor, communicating the Night Mother's will to the Dragonborn when they were sent to kill Cicero and the Emperor, etc. 5. Queen Barenziah, Daggerfall, and Morrowind. She was the first Queen of Morrowind, lover to Tiber Septim and General Symmachus, loyal thrall to the Septims, and powerful political mastermind. During the events of Daggerfall, she met the Agent and had them perform tasks for her. She also met the Nerevarine and spoke to them about matters of the Tribunal falling, her son King Hlaalu Helseth, attacks on Mournhold, matters of state, and plots to kill her. Though she had gone through much in her life, she still retained a benign nature. She is also the grandmother of Carlia of the Thieves Guild, and Barenziah was known to have been a patron to thieves, being one herself in her early days. 4. Uriel Septim VII, Arena, Daggerfall, and Oblivion, and mentioned in many games. He was the son of Pelagius IV and the 21st Emperor of Tamriel. He reigned for 65 years, and during his reign he was banished to Oblivion for 10 years by his battle mage Jagar Tharn, rescued by the Eternal Champion, sent the Agent of Daggerfall to settle discords over King Lysandus' death, sent the Nerevarine to Morrowind on suspicions of their fate with Azura, and had visions of the hero of ChakaWhat meeting and freeing them from the Imperial City's prison, only to be assassinated by the mythic Dawn. According to loyal Blade Boris, he saw more than just lesser men, and was a cautious ruler. It is known that during his time in Oblivion, in order to keep the power within the Amulet of Kings, Jagar Tharn slowed time for him, which explains why he lived and ruled for such a long time. 3. The Glenmoril Witches. Daggerfall, Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. Though not a specific character, I would hurt myself if I didn't put this coven on the list. Scattered across Tamriel and time, these are powerful women who were the Glenmoril Witches. Their coven had a presence as one of the most powerful witch covens in Daggerfall. Some notable witches are Melisande, Isobel, Etienne, and Felice. One thing I just adore about the timeline of the Glenmoril is that on the island of Solstheim, the coven that appeared in Blood Moon appeared again in the Dragonborn DLC as Hagravens. It's just too damn cool! 2. Saint Jiub, Morrowind, and Dawnguard. I don't know if any of you could tell by now, but Saint Jiub is probably one of my most favorite characters in any video game ever created. I don't know if I've made that obvious enough yet. In Morrowind, he is the first face that Erevain was greeted with in Vardenfell, as they had been cabin mates on the prison ship transporting the two soon-to-be heroes from the Imperial City's dungeons to the open freedom of Morrowind. After he made a name for himself, being rescued from death and sainted by Lord Vivec, he retired to ChakaWhat. If one looks, they can find his severed head in what would have been his house. I've never had the courage to find it myself. Then, whilst wandering the tortured afterlife in the Soul Cairn, he was found by the Dragonborn in Serana, who helped him find peace. And for number 1, I have chosen the Night Mother. Daggerfall, Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. Though the origins of the Dark Matron are debated, many in the Brotherhood worship her as the wife of Sithis and the highest tier in the Dark Brotherhood's hierarchy. In the city of Daggerfall, she herself was presented in the flesh as a form of leader of her faction. In Morrowind, Sevra Magia, the Night Mother of Vardenfell's Dark Brotherhood, was assassinated by the Nerevarine on orders from the Morag Tong. In Oblivion, she shaped the hero of ChakaWhat and Lucien Lachance's fate, eventually making the hero the listener. And finally, in Skyrim, she was being tended by her faithful keeper and honored servant Cicero, whom she cared for, but could never make listener. She is certainly one of the most important people in Tamriel's history, though her heart is blackened by death. I hope you've enjoyed my list and found it helpful, and remember to like and subscribe. Bye!
Do you believe in kissing honey? You bet I do. Well, I believe in kissing honey when the moon is new.